यूजीसी नेट क्यों हम क्वालिफाई करें, हम सीधा पीएचडी क्यों ना कर लें, यूजीसी नेट जेआरएफ का क्या महत्व है.
How to prepare? There's a particular pattern of the UGC NET examination.
Right.
And only a mentor, a teacher can tell them how to go about it.
हम असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर कैसे बने?
Distance education is the thing today. Distance education is the best pattern of education. Why?
What are research articles? Because इन लोगों ने कभी पढ़ा ही नहीं है मैम research articles.
If you want to work an author, the most important thing for you is to read couple of research articles written by that author and go to the works cited section.
हमें पता नहीं है कि perseverance जैसे words भी हमें नहीं पता है. I'm giving you an example, ma'am. The level of children, because ये online है, PW platform is online and it's very affordable. Hello everyone, my name is Deeksha. मैं हूँ आपकी faculty for UGC NET paper to English literature. Welcome to PW UGC NET podcast. आज हम आपके लिए एक बहुत ही खास सेशन लेके आए हैं विद अ वेरी वेरी डिस्टिंग्विश्ड स्पीकर एंड डिस्टिंग्विश्ड गेस्ट, वाइस चांसलर एंड प्रोफेसर नंदिनी साहू. वो वाइस चांसलर है हिंदी यूनिवर्सिटी में एंड वो प्रोफेसर हैं इंग्लिश लिटरेचर का. शी हैज़ बीन अ प्रोफेसर फॉर मोर देन अ डेकेड नाउ. एंड हम मैम से ये सारी जानकारी लेंगे जो आप लोगों के मन में सारे डाउट्स होते हैं ना कि यूजीसी नेट का क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है. आप लोग ये पूछते रहते हैं कि यूजीसी नेट क्यों हम क्वालिफाई करें, हम सीधा पीएचडी क्यों ना कर लें, यूजीसी नेट जेआरएफ का क्या महत्व है, एकेडमिया में हम जब जाते हैं असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर कैसे बने, बेसिक सवाल आपके मन में होते हैं. एंड देन रिसर्च के बारे में हम बात करेंगे. एंड अगर मैं मैम को इंट्रोड्यूस करूं तो 1 घंटा भी काफ़ी नहीं है इंट्रोड्यूस करने के लिए, बट अगर थोड़ा सा शॉर्ट में मैं बताऊं तो मैम हैज़ मोर देन 108 रिसर्च आर्टिकल्स, 21 प्लस बुक्स पब्लिश कर चुकी है मैम एंड 3 बुक्स आर गोइंग टू कम आउट वेरी सून. शी इज़ अ प्रोलिफिक राइटर. हमेशा बहुत प्रोएक्टिवली मैम कॉन्फ्रेंसेस, वर्कशॉप, सेमिनार्स, टॉक्स, एवरीवेयर शी पार्टिसिपेट्स. एकेडमिया में बहुत ज़्यादा मैम का कंट्रीब्यूशन रहा है. आप उनके बारे में जानना चाहें तो आप ज़रूर आप गूगल कर लीजिए, दैट्स इनफ. मैम के बारे में आपको सब पता चल जाएगा ऑन देयर. सो I would now directly like to talk to ma'am and ask her. And first of all, ma'am, welcome to PW.
Thank you.
And मेरा एक personal relationship भी रहा है मैम के साथ. She has been my supervisor, not just my supervisor. Supervisor तो बहुत official tag है. वो इतनी बड़ी मेंटोर और गाइड रही हैं मेरे लाइफ में कि मैं यहाँ मुकाम पे, इस मुकाम पे अगर हूँ तो वो मैं मैम को क्रेडिट देना चाहूँगी उस चीज़ का. एंड पीएचडी भी आप लोगों को पता है, मेरे स्टूडेंट्स को पता है कि मैंने अभी अभी पीएचडी सबमिट किया है और उसका श्रेय किसको जाता है आप लोगों को पता होगा. मैम का नाम मैं बहुत बार ले चुकी हूँ क्लास में भी, तो जिन लोगों को नहीं पता है वो मैम से सीधा मैम की बातें सुनेंगे. तो वेलकम मैम.
Thank you so much.
हाउ डू यू फील, हाउ आर यू फीलिंग?
Okay, thank you very much, Deeksha.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, viewers. I understand that this institution is doing really well and preparing the youngsters for UGC NET examination, for JRF, and basically for their entire career.
Yes, ma'am.
So you all are actually preparing them for life.
Right.
So I'm so glad that you are a teacher here, you are established and you are doing excellent work, and I think your students like you a lot as a teacher. I see you for the first time as a teacher. You have been a student for me.
Yes.
So it makes me very proud to see my student, one of my very good students, as a teacher in this institution. So many congratulations to you.
Thank you
and
so
of
much.
course, all the best wishes for your students. And well, as far as career planning is concerned, like you asked me, students should think about UGC NET examination as a milestone of their career.
Right.
It's not sufficient just to do an MA in English or MA in any subject for that matter. They have to also do the UGC NET examination for qualification to be an assistant professor in any university and also to do a PhD. So there are two sides. They must be knowing these technicalities very well. I don't need to say that all, but as far as the preparations are concerned, yes, they should fully, completely, entirely dedicate themselves during and after their master's degree to prepare for the UGC NET examination, and mentorship is very necessary. Like just now you were talking about your mentor. I don't know how far I have mentored you and how well I have done that. I know that I have been very strict with my students, and with you I have been extremely disciplined and particular, and I have set dates and timelines and target dates.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are mentoring your students. So they must understand that a mentor is very, very important. Because a teacher, a mentor, especially when it is UGC NET, kind of a very critical examination, it's a different ballgame altogether. What they are reading in their MA syllabus, the books, the syllabus, the notes, and whatever they are studying in their post graduation, that may not be sufficient. NET examination, some people say this is destiny. Well, let's say yes to that, even. But at the same time, they should know the patterns, how to prepare. There is there's a particular pattern of the UGC NET examination.
Right.
And only a mentor, a teacher can tell them how to go about it. Like previous 10 years question papers, what all can be repeated, what all can be kind of reiterated.
Right.
And I have been instrumental in the UGC NET examination as well. So please allow me to be a little bit of personal here. In the year 2000 and 2001, 99, 2000, that period, UGC NET examination was big deal. It was very, very difficult. Subjective question papers. So 100 marks, one question. I remember I wrote that UGC NET examination, and in the entire state, I was the only person who qualified the NET at JRF. In the
ये
entire
भी
state.
एक टाइम था, ऐसा भी एक टाइम था
Yes.
कि एक इंसान ने एक स्टेट से क्वालिफाई किया था. और मैम आप कौन सा एज की बात करें? 2000
2001 के टाइम
2001. हाँ,
हाँ,
तो 25 साल
20-25 साल पहले.
20-25 साल पहले की बात है. हाँ,
Right. So one question, 100 marks, and
Right.
everyone was writing that exam, and
Huh.
it was like a Herculean task.
Right.
Nobody even thought about qualifying the NET examination. So that is when somehow I qualified that JRF, and then I did my PhD.
Right.
And then after that, I came to Delhi as
Huh.
an associate professor in 2006, and then I became a professor in 2011.
Right.
And then I was the director of Department of Foreign Languages.
Yes, ma'am.
And then very recently, 3-4 months ago,
You became
I
the
went
Vice
to Hindi
Chancellor.
University as the Vice
Vice
Chancellor.
Chancellor, right.
But whatever I did, my focus has always been the UGC NET examination. Even in the university, with my teachers in the Hindi University, I had initial meetings with them.
Right.
We have 4 to 5 subjects, already existing subjects, and then we are planning to introduce a comparative world literatures department,
Right.
where we will be introducing 30 MA programs.
Wow.
That includes MA English, all the 22 Indian languages. So English is also an official language.
Right. मैम जस्ट 1 मिनट,
Yeah,
आई वुड
sure.
लाइक टू टेल माई व्यूअर्स यहाँ पे कि मैम जिस यूनिवर्सिटी में गई है, हिंदी यूनिवर्सिटी, वो अभी कुछ ही समय पहले स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने बनाई हुई है. सो ये बहुत ही नेसेंट स्टेज पे है, एंड मैम वहाँ जाके ऑलरेडी इतनी सारे माइलस्टोन्स अचीव किए हैं. तो ये आपके लिए एक अपॉर्चुनिटी की तरह भी है कि ऐसे यूनिवर्सिटीज भी बन रहे हैं, ऐसे प्रोग्राम्स भी इंट्रोड्यूस हो रहे हैं, और आपको टीचिंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज भी उसी हिसाब से मिलेगा.
Yes.
सो मैम वही आप थोड़ा इसके बारे में भी मैम बता सकते हैं कि व्हाट इज द फ्यूचर ऑफ एकेडमिक्स एंड असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर्स इन आवर कंट्री. क्योंकि ये लोगों को लगता है कि नेट क्वालिफाई तो कर लिया, पर नेट तो एक एलिजिबिलिटी एग्जाम है. आगे क्या, हम असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर्स कैसे बने, वो जर्नी कैसे, उस जर्नी तक पहुंचे कैसे. और मैम ये मैं हमेशा बच्चों को बताती हूँ कि यू हैव टू बी वेरी पेशेंट, है ना मैम. तो उसके बारे में आप थोड़ा एलैबोरेट करिए, गिविंग योर एग्जांपल्स ऑफ हिंदी यूनिवर्सिटी के टीचर्स.
Okay.
हाँ.
Okay, actually I have a lot to say about it, but
हाँ
I
जी.
would try to restrict myself, keeping in view the limited
No,
time that
you
we
can
have.
go ahead. हाँ.
We are going through a very important and a very good time in Indian education system now. Look at the NEP document, the National
Right.
Education Policy document. It talks so much about languages. Like it talks about family languages, and then state languages, and then official languages. India doesn't have a national language.
Right.
So it talks about the official languages, and then international languages, and then collaboration between all these 4 steps, 4 categories of languages. They call it ABCD. Just you can Google ABCD in NEP.
Right.
So that talks about languages, the collaboration, the
Right.
exchange, drawing the parallels, and through translation.
Right.
And in English UGC NET examination,
हाँ.
since I have been instrumental in the syllabus design and paper setting for quite some time, very recently I left it for some personal reason.
Right.
One of my relatives was filling
Appearing.
out the form, so I left NET English for some time. Anyway, I'll get back to it. Now I deal with a couple of other NET examinations, and very closely we do need assessment survey.
Right.
So what kind of things should be there in the syllabus?
Right.
We keep on revising the syllabus. We also had a brainstorming session on shall we get back to the older pattern of NET examination where 100 marks, one question was required. But the attention span of this generation, you know. So they are not willing to sit down at one place for 4 hours, write one essay.
Absolutely.
Like we did.
Right.
We took the feedback from the candidates. So out of say 100% of the candidates, 85% said we cannot write one essay 4 hours. They want to do 100 multiple choice questions, MCQs, MAQs, match the following, those kind of, assessment and reasoning, whatever is there in the UGC contemporary question pattern. So they are very happy with that. So I said, okay, then if they are happy with it, we don't have a problem.
Right.
We are going with that. But yes, we can change, we can completely exhaust and completely change the NET examination pattern in near future.
Right.
And because I'm a part of the policy planners, so I think I will have a big say in that.
Right.
Because I'll be chairing many UGC NET. I have been doing it. I'll be continuing to chair many UGC NET examinations.
Right.
Well, to your question, it's a very important question, Diksha.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
That the candidates think NET examination, so what's the big deal? You don't get a job. No, you get a job. Only you have to know how to go about it.
Exactly.
You have to know where all to apply, what all kind of research publications you have. This is the age of interdisciplinarity.
Absolutely.
Okay. But you did your PhD, for example, if you did your PhD on Shakespeare and the humor, and then you do all your research publications on that, then you are intradisciplinary.
Right.
You are working within your discipline.
आप सीमित हो जाते हो फिर.
Yes. So you have to be not intradisciplinary but interdisciplinary.
Right.
You have to go beyond your discipline. Do a new historicist study, do a cultural materialist study, and then you try to get into other disciplines as well.
Right.
You, as a student of English literature, you have to do a lot of history.
Absolutely.
You have to do a lot of anthropology.
कल्चरल स्टडीज में हम एक अलग यूनिट है हमारे सिलेबस में.
Yes.
किसी रीजन से है ना वो. यही.
Yeah. I was exactly coming to that when you said it. You have to study folklore,
absolutely,
gender. You have to do some linguistics. You have to do a little bit of anthropology, comparative studies, and you have to do translation studies. We give 3 or 4 questions from translation theory. So don't think that it's not a part of your syllabus. You really can define the UGC NET syllabus.
You cannot. For English literature तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं.
Yes, not just for English literature.
इसी से डर जाते हैं बच्चे मैम. यही दिक्कत है. And आगे क्या फ्यूचर एज आई सेड ना, जॉब वाली बात भी कि मैम नेट क्वालिफाई कर लिया, अब क्या करें हम. सो आई टेल देम यू हैव टू स्टार्ट एट द ग्रास रूट्स लेवल. गेस्ट फैकल्टी का भी जॉब मिल रहा है तो आपको लेना पड़ेगा, एक्सपीरियंस गैदर करना है. दिस इज समथिंग दे डोंट रियली अंडरस्टैंड. एंड किसी को पता नहीं चलता कि कहाँ अप्लाई करे, क्या करे. वो स्ट्रेट अवे परमानेंट जॉब्स के लिए अप्लाई करना शुरू कर देते हैं विदाउट एनी एक्सपीरियंस.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You make sense. They have to apply for guest faculty, for ad hoc faculty.
Absolutely.
Like in the university where I am working now, as the vice chancellor, there are 85 or 90 teachers, and most of them are ad hoc faculty members. Right. They have been teaching.
Right.
So I had my meetings with them in the month of January when I joined. First thing was I checked their publications. So what kind of publications they are doing. Then I initiated them into interdisciplinary publications. That Hindi people should also do bilingual publications. English people should get into anthropology and gender and all those research areas. And folklore people should not just think about Indian folklore but world folklore. And translation studies people should not only talk about translation theories, but translation of world literatures into multiple Indian languages. So you have to expand your area of research. You have to do interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary, and transdisciplinary research.
Right.
And then you have to prepare yourself for that. Like you people use the word job market. I don't use being a literature person. I usually don't use such terms. But if I have to explain it to your students, then in a very simplistic manner, allow me to say that they have to know the job market.
Right.
Then I am the visitors nominee of many universities, 7 to 8 universities. Yes, and then I go to selection committees.
मैं वहीं आने वाली थी मैम कि मैम हैज़ बीन अ पार्ट ऑफ इन्यूमरेबल इंटरव्यूज, राइट. आपको ये ध्यान रखना है कि ये ट्रैजेक्टरी जो है, बैचलर्स किया आपने, मास्टर्स आप कर रहे हो या आप करने का प्लान कर रहे हो, एंड फिर आप नेट के लिए भी तैयारी कर रहे हो, उसके बाद का स्टेप ना बहुत लोग नहीं करते हैं. एज मैम हैज़ बीन स्ट्रेसिंग ऑन रिसर्च, यू वेरी कन्वीनियंटली नेग्लेक्ट द रिसर्च पार्ट, क्योंकि आपको लगता है हमें तो पता ही नहीं हम क्या करेंगे. तो रिसर्च में घुसना है. एंड एज मैम वाज सेइंग कि इंटरव्यू में भी आपका परफॉर्मेंस क्या होना चाहिए, इंटरव्यू में आपको दिखाने के लिए भी तो कुछ होना चाहिए, कहाँ से आ रहे हो आप, व्हाट हैव यू डन. सो मैम हैज बीन अ पार्ट ऑफ मल्टीपल सिलेक्शन कमिटीज, मल्टीपल प्रमोशंस में मैम बैठी हैं, तो मैम विल ऑब्वियसली प्रोवाइड यू वेरी गुड टिप्स कि आपको इंटरव्यू में वो लोग क्या ढूंढते हैं व्हेन दे हायर पीपल. Yes,
well,
ma'am.
Diksha, that is also very important for your students.
Yeah, right.
Like you told that I have been a part of many selection committees for CAS, मतलब Career Advancement Scheme, and for open posts in many universities in the country and also in the foreign universities. I might have made 700 appointments as of now. Yes, and then each interview, the process is a learning experience for me. I'm in a generation which somehow stands between the older generation and the younger generation. Okay, right. So the older generation, people who are 60 and above, and though, or maybe I shouldn't classify any age, let's say the older generation, they have the luxury of saying that my specialization is Shakespeare. My specialization is Wordsworth. Right. They have the luxury of saying, we don't have. We can't say that this or that is my specialization.
आप एक बड़ा एरिया बोल सकते हो, एक ऑथर को आप नहीं बोल सकते.
Yes.
For example, Indian writings in English आप बोल दिया.
Even then, we can't say that. Like that other generation, the older generation, they can say, no, American literature is my expertise. Expertise is different. Specialization is different. Your research is something very different from that. You have to get into new areas of research. Every day should be a learning experience. See, I belong to that school of thought, or I am trained in a way that I have studied British literature, American literature, Australian literature, Canadian studies and all of that. Very traditional. Right. Up to my master's, even PhD. It was a very traditional approach. I could not even go beyond British or American or at best Indian writing in English. Not even Indian Bhasha literatures, but only Indian writing in English. Right. After my PhD, my degree was awarded in 2002 or 3 January. It was awarded in Shantiniketan, and then I cultivated new areas of research. I joined into new courses. I wrote my new book, Hindu Studies, Foundations and Frameworks. Very recently. It was released only last month. Before that, I did 6 months Sanskrit language course. I enrolled into a course. I learned a new language because I didn't want to read all of them in translation. So one has to always upgrade their learning systems. Right. So for the new age students, for your generation or the generation after you, those who are just completing their master's degree, they have to open up to new areas of research, to new languages. India has so many languages. 22 approved languages by the constitution and 7,000 folk and tribal and other dialects. Right. Languages and dialects. So they have to be open to many languages. In the UGC NET examination, you can get a question on, say, Karnataki folk theatre, for example. Carnatic folk theatre, that comes in the UGC NET English. Where do you find that in the syllabus? You don't find. It is not there. But in the syllabus, there is one phrase, culture studies. Cultural studies. और मैम जो इंडियन भाषा लिटरेचर पे एस्थेटिक्स थ्योरी पे आ जाता है क्वेश्चन, राइट, तो वो भी बच्चों को लगता है कि ये तो इंग्लिश लिटरेचर का पार्ट नहीं है, तो हम क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं इसको. सो दे फॉरगेट कि सिलेबस में मैम एक क्लॉज है 4 यूनिट्स के नीचे, इंक्लूड्स ऑल लिटरेचर्स रिटन इन इंग्लिश. सो एनी ट्रांसलेशन, एनीथिंग जो ट्रांसलेटेड हो गया वो आपके सिलेबस का पार्ट बन गया. आप ये सीमित नहीं हो सकते हो. यही मैम बार बार बता रही हैं कि आपको खुलना है. यू हैव टू वाइडन योर होराइजन्स. एंड मैम ये दिक्कत देखिए, आप हम लोग ये जो थियोरीज वगैरह की बात करते हैं, ये सिटीज में होता है, अर्बन स्पेसेस में होता है. वी कैन अग्री देयर, है ना मैम. जैसे दिल्ली को हम एक एकेडमिक हब की तरह देखते हैं, एंड मुंबई इज नॉट सो मच, बट फॉर आई थिंक ह्यूमैनिटीज इन इंग्लिश लिटरेचर मैम दिल्ली इज द हब. ये बोल सकते हैं हम, कोलकाता अप टू अ सर्टेन एक्सटेंट. बट यही बच्चों का मेरा बहुत बड़ा सवाल रहता है कि मैम हम स्मॉल टाउन से आ रहे हैं, हमने मैम डिस्टेंस लर्निंग में कोर्स किया है, हम कैसे करें, हमें तो कुछ भी नहीं आता है, हमारा बेसिक्स क्लियर नहीं है, वी डोंट इवन नो वर्ड्स लाइक नोबिलिटी, और हमें पता नहीं है कि परसिवियरेंस जैसे वर्ड्स भी हमें नहीं पता है. आई एम गिविंग यू एन एग्जांपल मैम, द लेवल ऑफ चिल्ड्रन, बिकॉज ये ऑनलाइन है, PW प्लेटफॉर्म इज ऑनलाइन एंड इट्स वेरी अफोर्डेबल. सो we cater to all kinds of students from all levels. तो बहुत intelligent students भी आते हैं and एकदम basic वाले students भी आते हैं. So ma'am, and I know that ma'am comes from a place which you might not have even heard of. And
इस पोजीशन में मैम आज इस वक्त बैठी हैं, तो मैं मैम से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि वो पर्सनल जर्नी से इस चीज को एड्रेस करें, ये जो
Okay.
स्मॉल टाउन से आने वाली बात को, जो बच्चे अपना एक तरीके से उसको यूज करते हैं कि हम कैसे करें मैम.
Okay.
हाँ.
Well, thanks, Diksha. This question, actually nobody asks me this question because when they see me,
हाँ.
they see this articulate English-speaking person, a vice
Absolutely.
chancellor and a director.
Very
and a
urban.
professor. Very urban. They don't even ask this question to me. They don't even imagine that we can have this kind of, a background.
Mm-hmm.
There is no excuse for that. Before I get into my background, I will tell you a couple of things about how people have to learn. You know, one of my friends who is an IAS officer, he has qualified IAS civil services in not in English medium but in some other vernacular mediums. We should not be using the word vernacular, but we should use bhasha,
Regional language.
some regional languages. But he qualified not in English but in some other language. And after he is into civil services, he wants to upgrade his English. So I noticed how he does it. I noticed him carefully. He didn't tell me. Every morning he will take his mobile phone and then he will record something in English. 5 important new words in English. Like you said, some words, these students coming from distance education and all of that, they claim that we don't know because we haven't studied. There is now no better thing than distance education. Distance education is the thing today. Distance education is the best pattern of education. Why? I will come to that. But now let me just complete this.
Right.
So this IAS officer friend of mine, he records 5 English words, very critical words. Then he records that in his own voice, the word as noun, as verb, as adjective, and then the usage of the word in 3 sentences, he records. I noticed for quite a few days. I said, what are you doing? No, nothing, I'm just recording something. Then once he was playing that when he was driving the car, he was playing it in his own voice. Then he said, ma'am, you are a professor of English. So you have all the opportunities to read English books and learn English and speak in English. But in my case, I have to speak mostly in Hindi and in other languages. So this is my only way of learning English. So, there is no end to learning. This is lifelong learning. And this is brain-based learning.
Right.
And when you come to me, you asked me this question that rather makes me a little bit of emotional, but I will control that and I'll try to put it most objectively. I have come from rural Odisha.
Absolutely.
Studying in a school which didn't have a building, and then my higher education was in the correspondence courses, not distance education but correspondence. There is a difference. In distance education, there is study material, there is 70 and 30% assessment.
Right.
70% reading the material, 30% attending the counseling sessions and classes, and submitting your assignments or attending your counseling hours and all of that.
check hai ma'am, because IGNOU mein bhi distance mein check hai.
Distance education is extremely well designed.
Right.
Because the study material is on your table.
Right. Self study material design
is on
hota
the
hai
table.
ma'am.
Is on the table. But in the correspondence courses, they will just send you some material, maybe a syllabus and a couple of books. That's it. Then there is no communication between the learner and the teacher.
Right.
I studied in those. During those times when there was no internet and the only medium of reading was the correspondence course material, very limited number of things. I remember there was one essay competition, the relevance of Mahatma Gandhi today. I was in the school, studying in an Odia medium school. I was in the school and the relevance of Mahatma Gandhi today. I ran to everybody in my neighborhood, what is relevance? What is relevance? Nobody could tell me the meaning of the word relevance. Then somehow I went to the local library, I picked a dictionary, I've checked the meaning of the word relevance. Then I imagined that, okay, relevance of Mahatma Gandhi means how he fits into today's scenario.
Right.
And then I imagined if that kind of non-violent approach, if that kind of, withdrawal, non-violence and all those things we do in today's society, how will it work? And then the idea and the ideology of Mahatma Gandhi, is it still working in our society? I thought like that. I was a student in class 9th or 10th. And then I wrote an essay. And that essay got the first position in the entire state. So it's all about how you prepare yourself. And studying in Odia medium schools and then college education, everything in the correspondence mode. And then studying in Berhampur University after that, which is a relatively good university. And then doing PhD. So step by step, growing step by step. Coming from a rural Odisha background, sitting on the floor, reading in the Odia medium schools, to today selecting all the English professors of the country and many in the world.
Absolutely.
It has been a long way.
Absolutely.
And I understand self-learning.
Hmm.
I didn't have a mentor. Like students, you should be fortunate that you have a mentor like Diksha, one who is so well prepared, so thorough about the subject. Her MLA 9th edition preparation is very good. I was telling her to take a session with my students. So she knows research methodology. She knows the subject very, very well. So you are fortunate that you have a teacher, you have a mentor like her and many in this institution who are here to guide you. But in my case, there was no mentor.
Right.
There is no teacher.
Right.
And then many people ask me, how do you speak English so fluently when you studied in Odia medium schools?
Right.
I trained myself. When I was in the school, we had a television, something called a television, that came to a neighboring village.
Acha.
Not my village, a neighboring village. So we had to walk 10 kilometers.
Wow. Okay.
So we somehow managed to walk all the way, carrying food and everything. We walked one whole day. In the evening, we saw a thing called television.
एलियन जैसा कुछ नया डिवाइस आया है टेलीविजन उस टाइम पीरियड में.
And then my father, you know, I belong to a family of 6 girls.
I know.
And my father was a school teacher. So he saw the television and he was very happy. He said, no, we will buy this for my girls. He would do anything for his girls. So he bought a television, the Konark TV. I remember the brand. He bought the Konark TV. And then he brought it home. And then there were news readers in English.
Right.
So my only way of learning spoken English was I would just go near the TV, just 1 inch gap between me and the TV. And then मुझे बोलते थे तुम TV में घुस जाओ. They used to tell me. I would just go very close to the TV and look at their articulation, how they move their mouth, their tongue movement, and how they pronounce. Then I will try to pronounce every word following them. Then I would write down something from some English literature text. When I was doing BA honors and again in the correspondence mode, then I would stand in front of a mirror. There was no recording facility.
Right.
So the mirror was my only teacher. Look at the mirror, speak for 1 hour. Being very, very self-critical.
Absolutely.
If there was one mistake, very critical about myself. How could I do that? Once I wrote the spelling of nail polish as P-O-L-I-C-E. The spelling is P-O-L-I-S-H.
S-H, police and polish.
I wrote nail P-O-L-I-C-E.
The way we pronounce.
Then my father did a red pen circle to that P-O-L-I-C-E. I carried it for the whole day and I was crying. How could I do this? How could I do this to myself? As if, you know, I have committed a blunder. So probably even today, though internet is here, you have everything at your doorstep.
Absolutely.
We used to say knowledge is power when we were young.
Yeah.
And now I say the utilization of knowledge is power.
Absolutely, ma'am.
How you utilize the resources.
अगला question वही होने वाला है.
Right? So I'm giving you question. So utilize what is on your doorstep. Don't take excuses that I am from a village, I am from this medium, that medium, I don't know English. There is no excuse for you. If you are writing your MA English in the English medium, you don't have a choice. You can't write MA English in Hindi or Odia. So if you're writing your MA English in English, you're writing UGC NET in English, you're supposed to know the language. You don't have a choice.
मैम आप असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर बनने के लिए अगर उस लैंग्वेज में ही आप असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर बनोगे, आप बाइलिंगुअल हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. बट इंग्लिश की तो मास्टरी चाहिए ही. वो तो कंपलसरी है ना. आप क्लास में खड़े होकर ये नहीं बोल सकते ना कि मैं इंग्लिश में पढ़ाऊंगा या मैं हिंदी में पढ़ाऊंगा या पढ़ाऊंगी. सो यही मुझे बच्चों को मैं बार बार बोलती हूँ कि आपके एज यू सेड यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ रिसोर्सेज, यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ नॉलेज. आपके पास PW जैसे प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं, यू हैव पॉडकास्ट, यू हैव एवरीथिंग ऑन यूट्यूब. आप YouTube पे क्या देख रहे हैं? आप या तो गाने सुन रहे हैं, आप सिर्फ ट्रेलर्स देख रहे हैं मूवीज के, या आप रील्स देख रहे हैं, या आप नॉलेज गैदर कर रहे हैं. अगर आप रील्स भी देख रहे हैं, मैंने ये भी बोला है कि इंग्लिश में रील्स देखो ताकि आपका रील्स भी इंग्लिश में ही आए. आई कीप ऑन टेलिंग देम कि आपके में पेशेंस तो है नहीं कि आप पूरा बल्कि नॉवेल्स बैठ के पढ़ो. स्टार्ट विथ शॉर्ट स्टोरीज, स्टार्ट विथ सिंपल राइटर्स लाइक R.K. नारायण, इस्मत चुगताई. वी हैव सो मेनी जेम्स, वी हैव ट्रांसलेशंस. पर फिर भी यही तो मैम बात है, आपने जो बोला ना, यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ नॉलेज. पेशेंस नहीं है इस जनरेशन में, इसीलिए MCQs एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप कर रहे हैं. एंड यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ नॉलेज से मैम और एक अलग सवाल पे हम आते हैं, रिसर्च आर्टिकल्स पे आते हैं. आपने बोला कि हम जब कैंडिडेट्स को देखते हैं या जो लोग ऑलरेडी पढ़ा रहे हैं, मान लो आपने नेट भी क्वालिफाई कर लिया, आप पढ़ा रहे हैं, रिसर्च आर्टिकल्स को लेके बिल्कुल किसी को कोई आइडिया नहीं है, बच्चों को जीरो नॉलेज है रिसर्च आर्टिकल्स को लेके कि कहाँ से शुरू करें, कैसे करें, एंड व्हाट आर रिसर्च आर्टिकल्स, बिकॉज इन लोगों ने कभी पढ़ा ही नहीं है मैम रिसर्च आर्टिकल्स ग्रेजुएशन में, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ अगेन ग्रेजुएशन में शायद दे हैव नॉट हैड गुड टीचर्स, लैंग्वेज को लेके जो बैरियर आ जाता है वो है। तो रिसर्च आर्टिकल्स तक पहुंचने का जर्नी, आई थिंक इट्स अ स्टेप अबव द असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर जर्नी। सो रिसर्च आर्टिकल्स पब्लिश कैसे करना चाहिए, व्हाट शुड बी द अप्रोच, आपने ऑलरेडी रिसर्च के बारे में बहुत बोल दिया, टॉपिक्स के बारे में, नाउ वी कैन कम टू अ लिटिल बिट टू द टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट एंड फॉलोइंग दैट अप, यूज ऑफ एआई। चैट जीपीटी आ गई है मैम, और ज्यादा ढीले पड़ गए हैं सब। वो मैसेज तक भी चैट जीपीटी यूज करके टाइप करता है। हम लोग जैसे, फॉर मी, आई विल बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट हियर, नोट्स वगैरह मैं फीड इन करती हूँ कंटेंट, आई टेल चैट जीपीटी कि अरेंज कर दो इसको इस चीज में, पर टाइप मैं खुद करती हूँ। लैंग्वेज थोड़ा ग्रामेटिकल एरर है, चलो चैट जीपीटी से ठीक करा लिया, बट एआई इज वेरी वेरी प्रॉब्लमेटिक, राइट मैम, स्पेशली व्हेन इट कम्स टू इंग्लिश लिटरेचर एंड ह्यूमैनिटीज जनरली। सो मैम ये दोनों सवाल को आप प्लीज आंसर करिए।
Had you asked this question to me in IGNOU, I would have given you a discourse on plagiarism.
Right.
Okay, I would have given you 1 hour or 2 hours lecture on plagiarism and research ethics. But since you were asking me this question on this platform where a lot of youngsters are watching
yes,
us, and
beginners हैं बहुत सारे,
beginners are watching us, so for them, let me take the middle path. I will not be an extremist in both. Plagiarism is very serious. AI and ChatGPT and all those things can also be caught very clearly. There, if they are using ChatGPT, there is a software which can also catch that they are using ChatGPT. Recently, I was in the newspaper. I just saw that somebody's thesis was rejected because it was totally AI generated. So you have to be very careful. You have teachers. Look at Diksha. Her research is purely original. When she submitted her thesis, it was a very bulky one. Say 300-400 pages. How much? 350 pages. 350 pages. I got it plagiarism checked, and then also I checked it on AI. AI detectors. So I did everything, and I found 3%, which is acceptable to according to UGC norms. Below 10% is acceptable.
Acceptable, absolutely.
So be very clear that if you are plagiarizing, let me use the word repeatedly. Taking from AI means plagiarizing.
प्लेजराइजिंग मतलब कहीं से भी आप कॉपी पेस्ट कर रहे हो या आप एआई यूज कर रहे हो, दोनों चीजों में प्लेजरिज्म लागू होता है, उसको प्लेजरिज्म कहते हैं, कॉपी पेस्ट करना।
Yes, it's a plagiarism कहते हैं। So if you are plagiarizing, you will be caught sooner or later.
हाँ, कभी ना कभी,
कभी ना कभी, sooner or later, because your thesis, your writings will be on the
शोधगंगा repository पे होगा, सब कुछ अपलोड होता है।
It will be on the शोधगंगा and someone will download and catch it. I can catch it in a few seconds if somebody has taken something from AI. So be very careful about usage of AI. But like Diksha said, I would recommend utilization of knowledge is power. So utilize AI to gather data for you.
Absolutely.
For material collection. Then you have to also recheck it.
कि सही है कि नहीं।
Yes. So when we were doing PhD, I remember when I was doing PhD, I was going through my pregnancy, and also I was very, very young.
Right.
Yeah. I was very young, and I was a pregnant woman, and I was teaching in a private college.
Yes.
And then I took membership in SCILET Madurai, SCILET, Center for Language and Translation Studies, SCILET, Madurai, and then also Hyderabad. That was called ASRC at that time, ASRC Hyderabad. So we had to travel all the way to those institutions, to those libraries, and then use their catalog. Nothing called download. I had never heard the word download. Download, upload, these are new age words, and I do a lot of download, upload now. I'm very, very tech savvy.
You are,
I'm extremely tech savvy since 2002.
Right.
2 or 3.
Right.
I started and no looking back. I can create a website. I can create a blog. I think I am much better tech savvy person than you.
You can create posters, ma'am, for
can.
the events.
Yes.
Ma'am, Canva use करके posters create कर
I
लेती
can
है
do
ऐसे।
anything on technology. Now I can do anything on technology. But also I'm a traditionalist.
Right.
So when I did PhD, we used to go to SRC Hyderabad and select Madurai, and then take their catalog and take the books, take a staircase and go to the top shelves of the library, take those books and then select the material, then photocopy them, then read them with a highlighter, and then use research cards. If you remember, in your PhD coursework classes,
Yes.
I used to tell the students to use research cards.
फ्लैश कार्ड्स या
Yes.
रिसर्च कार्ड्स
So
उसमें नोट करके
yes,
रखो.
postcard kind of research cards are available, bit of drawing sheet kind
हाँ
of.
हाँ हाँ.
And then whenever you are taking anything from anyone,
Hmm.
mention it there.
Hmm.
Page number so and so, book name, follow MLA 9th edition, title of the book and author and everything. So mention it so that when you are actually using it in your research papers or your chapters or anything, then that research card will be your reference.
Right.
That I have taken this or that from here or there.
आपको याद नहीं रहता कि आपने कहाँ
Yes.
क्या पढ़ा है, which source have you read it from.
Hmm.
आप unintentionally भी plagiarize कर सकते
Oh
हो.
yes, innocent plagiarism is very much there.
Yeah.
People like something, they write down.
Write it down.
Then after 1 year, they forget that.
कहाँ से ली थी?
Yes, or they think I have written it.
I have written. हाँ.
Because if you read something repeatedly, it gets into your system.
Absolutely.
So you tend to forget the source, and then you may think that yes, I have written it.
Right.
Then you can just happily use it.
हाँ.
Then it will be plagiarism. So be very careful. Use AI for material collection.
मटेरियल सोर्सेज जनरेट कर लो,
Sources.
उससे कोई सवाल पूछ लो कि मुझे ये
Yes.
नहीं आता, मुझे ये बता दो.
Yes.
ये आप कर सकते हो, पर आप
Yes.
डायरेक्टली जब आप चीजें वहां से उठा के कॉपी पेस्ट करते, एक लेटर तक लिखने के लिए लोग चैट जीपीटी यूज कर रहे हैं मैम आज के
This
डेट
is
पे.
quite a revelation to me because I
Yeah.
am not AI person.
आई नो मैम, बट दैट इज द ट्रूथ. मैं जब मिरांडा में पढ़ा रही थी तो असाइनमेंट्स होते थे ना मैम, क्वेश्चन. तो व्हाट आई वुड डू व्हेन आई गिव देम अ क्वेश्चन ना, मैं उसको चैट जीपीटी से भी 2-4 आंसर जनरेट करके रखती थी अपने पास, रेफरेंस पॉइंट, बिकॉज वर्ड्स रिपीट होते हैं. एंड स्टूडेंट्स यूज्ड टू कॉपी पेस्ट इट, यूज चैट जीपीटी, गिव मी आंसर्स, आई यूज्ड टू गिव देम 0.
Okay.
तो मैम आपने जैसे बोला आप भी पकड़ सकते हो, मेरा भी पकड़ने का मेथड यही था.
Very
एंड
good.
यही मैं अपने बच्चों को कह रही हूँ कि रिसर्च आर्टिकल बिगिनिंग से आपको खुद लिखने का वो जो प्रैक्टिस है, इट हैज टू बी देयर. यू हैव टू नो हाउ टू राइट. एंड मैम जैसे कह रही हैं कॉन्स्टेंटली, मैम आपको यही कह रही हैं, मेहनत मेहनत मेहनत, हर लेवल पे मेहनत लगेगा तो ही वो रंग लाएगा, ऐसे नहीं होता है.
Yes.
And that is what ma'am has been constantly saying. So AI, you can use it to format.
Yes.
You can use it to arrange the content.
Yes.
For example, I have, let's say, मैंने 4-5 किताबों से आपके लिए, जैसे मैं PPTs बनाती हूँ ना, 4-5 किताबों से मैंने इकट्ठा किया मटेरियल.
अच्छा.
फिर मैं चैट जीपीटी को देती हूँ, भाई इसको थोड़ा सेट कर दो.
Yes.
सेट करने के बाद भी मैं चेक करती हूँ, क्योंकि वो उसमें भी गलतियां करते हैं.
Yes. Yes.
So
yes.
that is, the danger. It's AI is very dangerous, ma'am. It's
Very.
killing the creativity.
Oh yes.
Absolutely. You have AI generated novels now.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You have AI generated novels. They acknowledge कि चलो ये AI generated है.
Okay.
But this is the level of intrusion of AI. हम लोग टेक्नोलॉजी पे डिपेंडेंट है. This is an edtech platform.
Yes.
So that is why I asked you कि research articles लिखना, and मैम where should they read research articles from? And क्योंकि कोई बताता नहीं है.
हाँ.
रिसर्च के बारे में कोई डायरेक्शन नहीं देता है. आपने रिसर्च टॉपिक्स बहुत दे दिए, बट हाउ शुड दे, वेयर शुड दे ट्रेन देमसेल्व्स फ्रॉम, एंड फिर कैसे लिखें?
Only answer for me.
Huh.
Books and books. No substitute to that. Smell your books. Get into them. Read your books.
Huh.
But yes, after you have read the primary text,
Right.
the primary sources.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose you are working on novels, Indian novels.
Mm-hmm.
You are working on 3 authors.
Mm-hmm.
Read 30 authors. Because you have to know the historiography of that author.
Right.
You are working on Amitabh Ghosh. You read all the contemporaries of Amitabh Ghosh. And also you read his interviews, his own research articles.
Right.
He might be referring to a few books. If you want to work on an author, the most important thing for you is to read a couple of research articles written by that author and go to the works cited section. In the works cited, the author might have used 10 books.
Right.
Read those books by all means, because you know where does he come from.
Right.
What kind of material this author is using, so that you understand the mindset of that author and the historiography of the author, the research, the education, the background, and also do some linguistic study of the author, like what kind of language he uses or he or she uses. Amitabh Ghosh uses a lot of Hindi words. In between he uses Hindi words.
English words and Hindi words, बहुत सारे
and
Indian
very,
words.
very seamlessly. Not only Amitabh Ghosh, many, like my Shedding the Metaphors, one of my story collections, which is the Amazon's best-selling book now. And I think hundreds and hundreds of research articles are written on my books on share, like Shedding the Metaphors and Sita kind of books. I use a lot of Hindi and Odia words. In between, sometimes some Odia word will be repeated. I put it in italics and use. So you have to understand the language pattern of an author. So like you said, what should they read? Don't go to the secondary sources immediately. Read the primary sources when you do PhD, because after UGC NET examination and after JRF, you are definitely going to do PhD. Only for that you are doing it. So before you zero upon any title, any particular title for your PhD, read that period. You want to do your work between so and so, like say 90, say 1950 or
Right.
1900 से 1950, or what is your period, and then do some periodic study and
उस
read.
पीरियड में सोसाइटी में क्या चल रहा था,
Yes.
पॉलिटिकल क्या सिनेरियो
Yes,
था,
yes,
बिकॉज
yes,
दैट इज व्हाट पीपल फॉरगेट कि लिटरेचर सिर्फ लिटरेचर नहीं है.
Yes. Don't read only that author.
हाँ.
You have to read everything about that author,
Right.
around his period, his contemporaries, his or her contemporaries, and the history of that period, the anthropology, the developmental activities of that period, and in the world what was happening. If you look at Bhakti movement, many people work on Bhakti movement, even in English departments. So you have to understand that the time when Bhakti movement was happening in India, at that time in Europe, even similar kind of a movement was going on.
राइट.
Even in Arabian countries,
हाँ.
similar kind of a movement was going on. Literature and spiritualism were coming up together
राइट.
in a very, very interdisciplinary manner. So if you read one movement of one country, you have to read the movements of the similar pattern in many other countries. You look at travel literature.
राइट.
A period when in India people were traveling. At that time from China, big travelers had come to India. From Europe, people had come to India. So travel literature especially, whenever I read travel literature, I am amazed and surprised.
राइट.
Similar kind of travels were happening. Similar patterns, similar methods, and then similar inquisitive questions about why to travel, what all to discover through travel, and even food. If you look at, like as a folklorist, you know, I do a lot of research on folk foods, indigenous foods.
हाँ हाँ.
If you look at the indigenous food culture of India, many people do their PhDs. Like some of you might be already doing your PhDs on food culture studies, food as metaphor.
Food is metaphor, right?
So if you think about food in India, last 100 years, the development of food, how from raw vegetables, meat to use of spices to contemporary foods, fusion foods. If you look at the food culture of other countries, Africa, I had been to Madagascar to do some food culture studies.
Right.
Madagascar kind of a country.
Right.
They had invited me for some folklore work and I did a food culture project there. So the development of the food culture in India and the development of food culture in Mauritius and Madagascar were almost similar. I was really, really surprised. Like as a folklorist, I did some research on this Vishkanya tradition. Vishkanya, the girl.
Right, Vishkanya.
Vishkanya. The same stories were, similar kind of stories were found in African folklore, in Native American folklore, in Aboriginal Australian folklore.
Right.
So one tradition existing in one country during one period of time, if as a researcher you look into it carefully, you will find several parallel studies. So as students, as researchers, it's your duty to get into those. And this is also going to be your preparation for UGC NET. Because UGC NET papers are set by clever people like us. Let me claim that.
Yes, ma'am.
So we will not give you straight questions. We will not ask you what is the date of birth of Shelley or Keats. You will know that. So we will not ask you
कुछ
that
easy
question.
questions होते हैं but वो कम होता है.
Easy, medium and difficult.
Difficult and medium का ज़्यादा होता है, easy बहुत कम होता
Yeah,
है.
we have to maintain that balance.
Yeah.
Easy, medium, difficult.
Right.
30%. So 30, 40.
Right. मैम
30%
इंग्लिश में मोस्टली डिफिकल्ट और मीडियम ही है, इजी बहुत कम आता है. It's chronology as well.
Okay.
हाँ.
Okay. Fine.
हाँ.
So you have to prepare all these things. You have to study varieties of literatures. I remember when I wrote my NET examination, during that period, Nadine Gordimer had got the Nobel Prize.
Right.
She receives the Nobel Prize today, and in 7 days' time, there is the NET examination, and there is one long answer.
On Nadine Gordimer.
Long question on Nadine Gordimer and one character.
Wow.
If you haven't read. So fortunately, I read some reviews of her because the novel was not available. There was no Flipkart, no Amazon. So to buy a book, you have to go from your my village to Bhubaneswar.
Right, the capital.
Yeah, take a bus and go to buy the book. I could not go.
Obviously.
So in the newspaper, every day I used to read the review articles of Nadine Gordimer and then jot down the character, jot down the plot. That helped me. Of course, I did not write a long answer on Nadin Gordimer. Unless you know everything about some subject, you should not write a long answer. But I mentioned it. At least I could write 1 or 2 paragraphs. So at that time, material collection was so difficult. Now material collection is so easy.
Very easy.
Now you have to know how to utilize it. Just utilize the best time that you are living in. Utilize your teachers and their resources. We are here to guide you, to help you out with your publications. So probably you are in a much better position than us, isn't it?
But मैम दैट इज व्हाट दे डोंट रियलाइज.
Yes.
वही तो दिक्कत है सारा कि इतना कुछ होने के बावजूद बच्चे इतना स्ट्रगल करते हैं. आई थिंक दैट इज ऑल्सो अनदर आई थिंक डिसएडवांटेज ऑफ टू मच इंटरनेट कि आपको नहीं पता सटीक डायरेक्शन what should be the right kind of resources, but when it come to research ना आपको सब कुछ पढ़ना है. रिसर्च में कोई फिल्ट्रेशन नहीं होती है. वॉट एवर यू गेट ऑन अ सिंगल टॉपिक, रिसर्च आर्टिकल हो, एंड गूगल स्कॉलर यूज करिए आप फॉर रिसर्च. सिंपल सा जगह है, गूगल में ही गूगल स्कॉलर टाइप कर दो, वहां जाके रिसर्च आर्टिकल्स पढ़ो कि रिसर्च आर्टिकल लिखी कैसे जाती है, एब्स्ट्रैक्ट क्या होता है, इंट्रोडक्शन क्या होता है, बॉडी में क्या होना चाहिए, कंक्लूजन में क्या होना चाहिए. हम लोगों को रिसर्च आर्टिकल क्या है मास्टर्स में जाके पता चला था. इवन माई जनरेशन, लाइक आई डिड माई मास्टर्स इन 2016.
Okay.
ग्रेजुएशन में वी डिड नॉट हैव रिसर्च आर्टिकल्स. हमें नहीं पता था रिसर्च आर्टिकल्स क्या है, हमें नहीं बताया था टीचर्स ने. मास्टर्स में एक आधा बार हमें रीडिंग्स मिले, देन वी स्टार्टेड रीडिंग एंड वी स्टार्टेड राइटिंग. सो इट्स वेरी सब्जेक्टिव एज मैम हैज बीन पॉइंटिंग आउट ना. इट्स वेरी सब्जेक्टिव. आपके पास रिसोर्सेज ऐसे अवेलेबल है, फ्री में अवेलेबल है. देयर आर, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू नेम द पायरेटेड वेबसाइट्स हियर, इट माइट लैंड अस इन ट्रबल, बट Telegram के through and other channels के through you have free access to movies, articles, novels, everything is online.
Yes.
आपको पेशेंटली पढ़ना है. रील्स के जितना आपको अटेंशन स्पैन होगा तो थोड़ा दिक्कत होगा, तो पेशेंटली आपको मेहनत करना है. एंड मैम एक और सवाल था मेरा जो अगेन बच्चों के मन में बहुत ज्यादा आता है कि डिस्टेंस लर्निंग, यू फोकस्ड ऑन डिस्टेंस लर्निंग. आई थिंक हम उसके थोड़ा डाइग्रेस कर गए वहां से. डिस्टेंस लर्निंग में आपका जॉब प्रोस्पेक्ट अफेक्ट होता है क्या? लोगों को लगता है आप डिस्टेंस से कर रहे हो, इज इट इक्विवेलेंट टू रियल डिग्री, इसमें हमें नौकरी मिलेगा कि नहीं अगर हम नेट करते हैं कि नहीं. एंड आई कांट स्ट्रेस इनफ, बट आई थिंक यू कैन स्ट्रेस इनफ, यू आर द राइट पर्सन टू स्ट्रेस इनफ. डज डिस्टेंस एजुकेशन affect your job prospects?
Okay.
Yeah, for assistant professor.
Okay. My answer is a big no. It doesn't.
Huh.
I have taught in conventional education.
Right.
I have taught in distance education.
Right.
If you ask me to pick one of these two and become a student once again, I will always and every time go to distance education. IGNOU kind of a university, or even so many state open universities are there.
And IGNOU's level is, I think, still unbeatable in a lot of ways.
Yes.
Huh.
In many ways, IGNOU kind of a university where we design our syllabus inviting the best brains of the country. We don't do it ourselves sitting on a table.
No, you don't.
We invite everybody from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, the best experts in the subject.
Writers की list होती है मैम हर एक study material में.
So Diksha has contributed in interesting chapters to MA folk literature. Not just Diksha, many of my scholars and they have contributed, and the syllabus is designed along with me. I mean, I am the program coordinator. I invite Padma Shris, Padma Vibhushans, eminent scholars, excellent writers, and we sit together. We do a lot of brainstorming for 2 days, and then we design a syllabus. Then we write the material and get the material written by Diksha kind of, hardworking scholars. Then we thoroughly edit it. We do the plagiarism check.
Right.
We print it in a proper format.
Right.
But in the conventional education system, you don't have anything on your table. A teacher will come to your classroom, depending on his or her moods and whims and everything. The teacher can teach you and go back. There is no accountability. I should not say this because I have also taught in conventional education. Now I am vice chancellor of a conventional education university.
Right. Offline में ही पढ़ाई होती है उधर.
Yes. So we go to our classes. Even I take classes there. I go to my class every day. I take one class.
Even you have not left teaching behind, even if administration में है आप अभी technically.
I'll never do it. I will always go to my classes.
Right.
But in distance education, there is accountability. There is a fixed accountability for me. If I write anything in my study material or say anything in the TV channels, I'm answerable for that. But in a classroom, the teacher might say many things he or she is not answerable. They can just say something and get away with it. So distance education is very, very challenging because we are always under public scrutiny. Our study material that we print, the audio video recordings that we record, whatever we say or speak or write or print, we are answerable, we are responsible, we are accountable for that. Number one. Number two, we use a proper research methodology to prepare our study material. Like now, I did a course for IGNOU before I left. I mean, I took the leave for 4 years. I did a course for IGNOU on Indian knowledge systems. The title of the course is Epics, Puranas and Siddhantas.
Right.
I did it in a very scientific method.
This is a part of engineering department.
And then the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Madam, she said it's compulsory for the entire university.
Right.
So she made it compulsory from in the FYUP, 4 years bachelor degrees program. So she made it compulsory there. So that course is compulsory, that will be open access. You go to eGyanKosh and find that course. So sheer pleasure of 400 pages. One beautiful course on Indian knowledge systems, Epics, Puranas and Siddhantas.
Right.
We write something, we are accountable for that.
Absolutely.
So distance education is very, very challenging if you take it seriously. If you don't take it seriously, many people don't do it.
Many people don't take it seriously, ma'am.
Yes,
Wahi to baat hai sara.
But when it comes to the job market, again I'm using your terminology, the job market.
Right.
My scholars, almost all of them are well placed.
Right.
99% of my scholars are well placed. In universities, as assistant professors, as associate professors, I think no one doing a PhD from IGNOU, at least from English department, is unemployed. And
but when PhD was a regular course.
Yes.
But masters and bachelors ki agar hum baat
even if they are distance mode courses, but they are under UGC.
That is what I wanted to point out कि उसका कोई importance कम नहीं होता है अगर आपने BA और MA distance mode से किया है and from a UGC certified and recognized place. If you do it from IGNOU उसका तो कोई मुकाबला नहीं है but otherwise as well जैसे आपने बोला मैम कि state open universities है.
There are 14, I think 14 state
open universities.
Okay, I'll give you one interesting example. When I sit in any interview, I go to so many interviews like this already said.
Right.
I keep a notebook with me and within bracket I always put the candidate's institution.
Right.
So we ask them to introduce yourself.
Right.
The candidate, I'm so and so, my research is so and so. Then I put one column institution. At the end of the day, I count in any interview, at least 40% are from distance education. Out of 40%, 25% from IGNOU. 15% of the candidates are from state SOU, State Open Universities.
State Open University, right.
Only yesterday I was recording something for OSOU, Odisha State Open University. I was recording a video for them. And Odisha State Open University, even in Calcutta, there is one State Open University. In almost all the states, there is one state. Many states they have. And they come under UGC. If some institution comes under UGC, the validity is not compromised. The authenticity is not compromised. Otherwise, UGC will not approve it.
Right.
They have accreditations, they have UGC guidelines. They follow everything that any conventional university follows. So please, dear students, please forget that distance education has anything negative about it, anything wrong with it. I have taught in my entire career 50-50%, 50% distance education, 50% conventional education. And the validity, the authenticity and everything about both the institutions is one and the same. There is no contrast, there is no dichotomy, there is nothing against each other. And I think there is a very beautiful term coming up now, convergence. So conventional universities are coming up with ideas of convergence.
Okay.
Delhi University has this distance education department.
SOL, School of Open Learning.
School of Open Learning. With convergence they started it. Convergence means design and develop study material like distance education, teach like conventional education.
Acha, okay.
There is no better idea than convergence. And in Hindi University, I have applied for a convergence cell.
Acha,
when I went there, my biggest tension, when I looked at the teachers, I asked them, what do you teach? Somebody said medieval history, somebody said I am teaching anthropology, somebody said translation theory. Then I asked them, whatever you teach in the classroom, is it authentic? How do you prove it? Then they didn't get my question. But an IGNOU person will get it. In IGNOU, we prepare the study material. Our classes are very structured.
Right.
We will not just go to the classroom and talk whatever we like.
Yeah, ma'am, I'll just interrupt you for 1 second here. इग्नू के स्टडी मटेरियल हम लोग कन्वेंशनल क्लासरूम्स में यूज करते हैं, बच्चों को बोलते हैं कि यहाँ से पढ़ो. दैट टेल्स यू आई थिंक इग्नू का स्टैंडर्ड क्या है.
Yes.
नेट के लिए भी पहले जब हम अकेले प्रिपेयर करते थे विदाउट मच हेल्प फ्रॉम अदर प्लेसेस, देन ऑल्सो वी यूज टू रीड फ्रॉम इग्नू स्टडी मटेरियल. आई स्टिल रेफर टू इग्नू स्टडी मटेरियल फॉर सर्टन क्लैरिटी.
Yes.
उसमें वो सेल्फ स्टडी मटेरियल है जो सेल्फ एक्सप्लेनेटरी है.
Right.
आपको टीचर की उतना जरूरत नहीं है. जरूरत है, मैं मना नहीं कर रही हूँ, जैसे क्लासेस भी होती हैं लाइव, बट सेल्फ स्टडी मटेरियल होती है वो.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. So everyone uses IGNOU study material and the State Open University study material. So I think there is no problem with distance education. Rather, distance education has an additional advantage of the study material on your table. You read that and then you prepare yourself for the classroom. And this is what you call convergent learning.
Right.
Right? Yes.
Right. Absolutely, ma'am. So जब हम बैलेंसिंग की बात करते हैं, टीचिंग एंड रिसर्च, लोगों को बहुत दिक्कत होता है. वी कांट डू रिसर्च विथ टीचिंग. आई डिलेड माय पीएचडी बिकॉज ऑफ टीचिंग ओनली, वेरी ऑनेस्टली. नॉट एवरीवन कैन डू बैलेंस और मल्टीटास्क. नॉट एवरीवन कैन, बट मैम हाउ टू डू दैट? मान लो आप टीच कर रहे हो और बहुत सारे बच्चे ऐसे हैं जो स्कूल में पढ़ा रहे हैं एंड साथ में नेट की तैयारी कर रहे हैं. बहुत सारे ऐसे बच्चे हैं जो कहीं पे मतलब दे हैव जस्ट स्टार्टेड टीचिंग समवेयर, ट्यूशंस ले रहे हैं या कुछ भी कर रहे हैं, दे आर ट्राइंग. सो हाउ डू यू बैलेंस टीचिंग एंड रिसर्च एंड प्रिपरेशन फॉर नेट एट द सेम टाइम?
Okay.
Yeah.
This is again a very traditional question,
Yes.
Diksha. This is very personal, isn't it?
I know, it's very subjective.
Very subjective.
I know.
How do you balance? You have to think, you have to prepare yourself. I will balance it. Now, many people ask me that you are a vice chancellor, but you are taking one class every day. This morning I had a very detailed lecture for 1.5 hours on Indian knowledge systems, and now I have a conversation with you.
Right.
In the evening I have a meeting in the ministry.
Right.
So I don't know how I balance. I mean, I have to. I don't have a choice.
I know.
If I leave teaching for administration, I will be at a loss. If I leave research for administration, I would be losing a lot of things. So if I want to maintain all my identities, identity as a vice chancellor, identity as a teacher, as a researcher, as an administrator, then probably, I have to balance it. So balancing is the key. How you do it, I don't exactly have any answer, but you have to do it.
This is what I keep telling.
And time management, isn't it? Okay, for the youngsters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Think from their perspective, ma'am.
I have one answer.
Yeah.
You open your mobile, you open your phone to look at, say, one particular thing. Okay, how to prepare for UGC NET examination.
Right.
You get 2 or 3 articles. Below that, there will be a lot of tempting things. Okay, some shopping, some interesting videos,
Absolutely.
some music, some dance.
Absolutely.
Some page 3 news.
Reels.
Reels. You tend to scroll, so stop it. Okay, limit your screen time. That say 10 to 10:30, I will look at the screen. Then put the phone down. Don't look at the phone. Looking at this way, they waste a lot of time on the screen. So they have to stop doing.
नहीं, जैसे मैम हमारे क्लासेस अटेंड करने के लिए भी उनको स्क्रीन से ही देखना पड़ता है. सो वी टेल देम कि क्लासेस अटेंड करो, फिर फोन बंद करके साइड में रख दो, ब्रेक लो, वॉच मूवीज, वॉच सीरीज. एंड आई टेल देम मैम कि सीरीज में भी तुम कैप्शंस में इंग्लिश लगा के देखो ताकि तुम अंग्रेजी सीखो. आदत है हिंदी में देखने की, वो भी है मैम. ये छोटे छोटे हैबिट्स, आई थिंक दे अल्टीमेटली वर्क टुवर्ड्स बिल्डिंग who you are going to be. लैंग्वेज पे होल्ड ऐसे ही बनता है. मेरे को बहुत बच्चे कहते हैं कि मैम आप हिंदी में पढ़ाओ इंग्लिश.
Don't do that.
No, I have to. इंग्लिश मतलब I do English. मैं explain, मैं समझाती हूँ हिंदी में. But I can't change the words.
Of course you
I decoded them. I simplify it for them. But that also means that I have to have a very good hold over the language I'm teaching. So आप लोग लिटरेचर के स्टूडेंट्स हैं and for other subjects as well. दूसरे सब्जेक्ट्स में मैम जैसे ऑप्शन है, हिस्ट्री में मान लीजिए, हिंदी में भी है, इंग्लिश लिटरेचर में देयर इज नो अदर ऑप्शन. यही मैम सबसे समझना है. सो आई थिंक वी कैन जस्ट रैप इट अप. लेट्स कंक्लूड. सो ma'am, just I would like to know, thank you so much first of all for joining me and ma'am is my first guest and first official interview at PW, and
Yeah.
I would not have asked anyone. I would not have dared ask anyone other than her. Had she said no, it would have been a different thing. But ma'am कभी ना नहीं कहती हैं. And despite being at such a position, she has taught me how to be humble and modest and hold your ground. एंड हाउ टू वाइडन योर नॉलेज. एंड यही सारी चीज़ें आपको आज के पॉडकास्ट सेशन में सीखने को मिला होगा. आई होप दैट दिस हैज़ बीन वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग फॉर यू. मैम, एनी क्लोजिंग रिमार्क्स की UGC नेट तो है ही, उसके आगे क्या एक बार बस हाँ क्लोजिंग रिमार्क्स.
Closing, there are so many, but then I will just stick to one. Don't stop your learning.
राइट.
Okay. After UGC net, you will get a job. In some government or some private, some institution, and then you'll start teaching, and then after that you have your family life and everything. But always keep aside some of your quality hours for reading, writing and upgrading yourself. Even at this stage, I do courses. I learned Sanskrit. I did Sanskrit. No, I'm learning Bangla now because
because you are posted at
West Bengal. So I joined a Bangla language course because I have to talk to people, read their files and read their books in the original language. So never stop learning. Keep on learning something or other. Even I did some courses in Ayurveda because I was doing indigenous medicines. So I did this very short-term course on Ayurveda, on Unani, and then I did something on Reiki. Keep on upgrading your knowledge systems because knowledge is a system. So you have to fit into the world community, a larger community, by upgrading yourself. So keep doing it.
Absolutely.
Not everything is for a job. Lot of things we do, at least I do, for the sake of it, for the happiness of it.
मैम, यही मेरा भी कंक्लूडिंग रिमार्क में यही रहेगा मैम कि मैं भी बच्चों को बोलती हूँ कि तुम लोग UGC नेट के लिए तैयारी कर तो रहे हो, रट्टाफिकेशन है उसमें क्योंकि क्रोनोलॉजी के क्वेश्चंस मैम आती हैं, तो ये बच्चों को लगता है कि रट्टाफिकेशन कर रहा है. बट एट द सेम टाइम आर यू नॉट वाइडनिंग योर नॉलेज सो मच? इतने सारे काम के बारे में आप पढ़ रहे हो, उनकी समरीज जान रहे हो, किस चीज के बारे में जान रहे हो. हम अमेरिका के बारे में पढ़ते हैं, हम रशिया के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं, हम ट्रांसलेशंस के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं, हम साउथ एशियन लिटरेचर के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं, श्रीलंकन राइटर्स, कैनेडियन राइटर्स. वी हैव नॉट स्टॉप्ड एट एनी, वी हैव नो बाउंड्रीज, एंड दैट इज व्हाट वी एनकरेज. राइट. एंड दैट इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट मैम हैज बीन सेइंग थ्रू आउट. एंड वही मैं बोलती हूँ कि UGC नेट प्रोसेस को भी एक फन लर्निंग की तरह देखो. कनेक्ट द डॉट्स.
इट्स वेरी ब्यूटीफुल.
Connect the dots. All over the world there are connecting dots. I start my lectures from Greece and Roman. बच्चों को पता ही नहीं है मैम कि ग्रीस रोमन लिटरेचर क्या है. पढ़ाया नहीं है. तो यही बात है ना कि आप उसको एक फन लर्निंग प्रोसेस की तरह लोगे तो ही आप आगे बढ़ पाओगे.
Don't talk about your MA syllabus.
No.
You had an MA, you are done with it. Now you have to widen your horizon.
हाँ, not just MA, but BA के बाद स्टार्ट हो जाता है क्योंकि you can appear for net after your graduation as well. हालांकि I do recommend कि आप मास्टर्स में एक बार कर लो, फिर आपका maturity level थोड़ा बढ़ जाता है, थोड़ा वाइडन हो जाता है.
Also, Diksha, you can tell them one thing.
जी.
Look at the syllabi of MA courses of all the university.
Yes.
From Kashmir to Kanyakumari.
Absolutely.
There are varieties of text, and the set of people who will design the net question paper, they are from Kashmir to Kanyakumari.
Absolutely.
Okay. So NTA is doing good job. They invite people from all over the country. They put them together under cameras, and then people sit down and then they prepare the questions.
Absolutely.
So what they can use the syllabi of many universities.
जितना देख सकते हो. You don't need to be completely thorough with it. But कौन से टेक्स्ट हैं, क्या वर्क्स हैं, शॉर्ट समरीज वगैरह तो आपको देख के जाना है. You are not supposed to read everything. नेट के लिए जब आप प्रिपेयर करो, you can't. It's simply impossible. Widening your knowledge is one thing, but at the same time आपको ये एक्सेप्ट करें कि आप सब कुछ नहीं जान सकते हो. So targeted learning plus intelligent and smart learning, I think, is the key to
smart learning. You said it.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much again, ma'am, for joining. I think we will stop the session here. आपके जो भी queries हैं, questions हैं, आप मैम से connect कर सकते हैं through email if you want.
Send her your mails to Diksha. She will forward those.
Absolutely. To me. Any queries you have, आप मुझसे पूछिए, मैं मैम को directly आपके queries convey कर दूंगी. Comment section में भी हमें बताइएगा how was the session, what did you learn? Tell us your feedback. Give us your feedback. How was it?
It's pleasure talking to you, Diksha.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.